Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. A new club have just entered the race to sign Hector Bellerin. Italian outfit Sassuolo want to sign defender Hector Bellerin from Arsenal before the transfer window slams shut. Di Marzio claims that the Serie A club are looking for a new right back before the deadline and Bellerin fits the bill. The report says that Bellerin is waiting for a swoop from Barcelona, but his future remains unresolved in the closing days of the window. In June, it was reported that Bellerin wants to leave Arsenal, although he did go on the club's pre-season tour of America. It has been clear that Bellerin will leave North London for quite some time now, but the fact that he has not moved yet is probably due to finances. He has just 1 year remaining on his contract, but he will need to take a pay cut to move to most of the teams who are interested in him. Perhaps Barcelona could match his current salary, but their financial issues are well known and they have had problems registering players this summer. Sassuolo drew 0-0 with reigning Serie A champions AC Milan last night, which is an impressive result which underlines the quality of the defense Bellerin would be joining. It was reported as far back as April that Real Betis had held talks with the agent of Bellerin, who has been described as incredible by Mikel Arteta, but they have not been able to make the loan switch permanent yet for the man who performed so impressively for them in La Liga last season, and his future remains up in the air so close to the end of the window. Arsenal made move to sign frightening midfielder at the very last minute, but there is a problem. Arsenal have made a last-minute move to sign Idrissa Gueye this summer, according to the Daily Mail. Mikel Arteta's side have had a very successful transfer window up to this point. Arsenal now face a small injury crisis in central midfield that could derail their perfect start. Thomas Partey missed the visit of a newly promoted Fulham on Saturday and is unavailable for tonight's match against Aston Villa. Mohamed Elneny is now also unavailable, leaving Mikel Arteta short of midfield options. This has forced Arteta's hands, forcing Arsenal to make a last-minute move for another midfielder. The Daily Mail reported that Arsenal made a bid to sign PSG midfielder Idrissa Gueye. The 32-year-old Senegalese international has been made available by the French champions this summer. The frightening defensive midfielder has plenty of Premier League experience after a 3-year spell with Everton, and it's the Toffees that have caused Arsenal's last-minute bid for Gueye to fail. The report suggests that Frank Lampard's side are set to re-sign Gueye before the transfer window shuts. Although, on the farce of it, Gueye choosing to join Everton over Arsenal is a blow to Arteta's side. However, Everton have been working on this deal for some time now, and it would have taken possibly paying over the odds to change Gueye's mind. Arsenal have already turned their attention to another target, with a Brazilian midfielder now on their mind. Arsenal made £20 million bid for Danilo. Arsenal made a £20 million bid for Palmeiras youngster Danilo on Tuesday, with Goal reporting that the offer is likely to be rejected. The Gunners are looking to sign another midfielder before the transfer deadline passes. Mikel Arteta is currently having to deal with a few injuries in his squad, with Mohamed Elneny becoming the latest to be sidelined. They have been linked with a host of names over the summer, but it appears that they have now settled on Danilo as their key target for the final hours of the window. According to Goal, Arsenal made a £20 million bid for the 21-year-old this week. The report notes that they are yet to receive a response to the offer, but it's likely to be rejected. Danilo's contract includes a release clause worth £86 million, and the club had previously insisted that he will not leave in this window for less. If the reports are accurate, then the Gunners are clearly up against in their pursuit of Danilo. Obviously, the two clubs are miles apart in their valuation in this window. It would be another exciting move if Arsenal could bring the youngster to the Emirates. Of course, Edu and Mikel Arteta have already brought in a number of Brazilian players that would surely help Danilo adapt in North London, but he appears to be a player who already relishes responsibility. He has already played 128 times for Palmeiras, and he does not turn 22 until next April. It will be interesting to see if there are any further developments. Clearly, a huge compromise is required. Antoine Griezmann once said he will never join Arsenal. Arsenal are reportedly interested in signing World Cup winner Antoine Griezmann in January, but the Frenchman once claimed he'd never join the Gunners. Reports revealed this week that Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are one of the most interested clubs and are willing to sign the 31-year-old in the next transfer window. Back in 2013, when Arsene Wenger was still in charge of Arsenal, the Gunners were heavily linked with a move to signing Griezmann, who was at Real Sociedad then. The Frenchman, branded as a remarkable player, revealed in his autobiography that he was ready to join the Gunners when he heard about the interest. He apparently waited until the end of the transfer window to get himself the big move, but Arsenal decided against signing him. Griezmann was furious at that point. He made up his mind that he will never join the Gunners and even turned down a move to Arsenal when they went back in for him in a different transfer window. The now 31-year-old wrote in his book, as quoted by The Independent, I waited, and I kept waiting. When there was no news, Eric Olhatz, his agent back then, called Grimandi, who said that the manager was still interested in me and to keep waiting. Finally, a few hours before the market closed, he let us know Arsenal would not make a move. I don't like to be told something and for it not to happen. So when Eric told me later that the London club were interested again, I told him, forget it, after the blow they gave us. Griezmann is still a Barcelona player, but the Catalans don't want him anymore. He was loaned out to Atletico Madrid last season, but sadly for the Frenchman, they are not too keen on keeping hold of him either. The report claims that Atleti will be obligated to sign Griezmann on a permanent deal for about £34 million if he plays over 30 minutes in half of their games this season. Atletico just don't want that to happen, and it has been claimed that Arsenal are willing to take him in January. However, we don't see that happening at all, as the Gunners already have Gabriel Jesus and Edin Ketia to play in Griezmann's position. Arsenal could sign Mykhaylo Mudryk. The Gunners have made 5 signings, including Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. Now, with the transfer window closing on Thursday, the Gunners could yet get one or more signings over the line. Over the past few days, there has been plentiful speculation linking Arsenal with Shakhtar Donetsk Mykhaylo Mudryk. Earlier this month, Mediafoot Marseille claimed the Gunners are among the teams eyeing the 21-year-old. Then on Monday, Fabrizio Romano reported that Arsenal have explored a potential move for Modric, and yesterday there were several interesting developments. Ukrainian news outlet Football 24 TV via Football London reported that Arsenal have held talks with Modric's camp. Also, journalist Rudy Galetti claimed talks between the Gunners and Shakhtar are ongoing. There is optimism over a €25 million deal plus add-ons, he added, and CBS reporter Ben Jacobs said a deal was very possible with Shakhtar wanting £25 million. And arguably best of all, Instagram account Modric10, the official account of the Shakhtar gym, liked a post linking the Gunners with him. Arsenal would be getting themselves a top talent in Modric. The versatile attacker has been nicknamed the Ukrainian Neymar for his exciting style of play. Shakhtar themselves have described Modric unstoppable on their Twitter channel. Meanwhile, Football published an in-depth scouting article on Modric earlier this summer. The 21-year-old is a skilled player that can play anywhere across the front line but prefers the left wing, they wrote. Modric is a perfect player for teams that love to play an attacking style of football. He can score goals, but his specialty lies in assist. He can find that killer pass that can split open defenses. In addition, he can also use his skill and pace to get past defenders. Arsenal want exciting £38 million winger Cody Gakpo. It be smooth business. Sky Sports journalist Melissa Reddy says she's been told to keep an eye out for Arsenal in the race to sign Cody Gakpo. The Gunners have enjoyed a fruitful transfer window. They have signed 5 new players, including Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. Arsenal have also impressed in the early days of the 22-23 Premier League campaign. Mikel Arteta's Chargers have won all 4 of their games so far. The transfer window is now heading into the latter stages, and the Gunners are reportedly stepping up their efforts for a winger and or a midfielder. Arsenal have finally offloaded Nicolas Pepe, while an injury to Mohamed El Neni has left them short in central midfield, so there could yet be some late new arrivals at the Emirates Stadium in the coming days. Reddy, speaking on the transfer show yesterday, discussed the speculation surrounding Gakpo. Southampton have had a bid rejected. Newcastle have been circling. There is talk of Leeds registering interest, began the Sky Sports journalist. The thing with Gakpo, and the reason United were looking at him, as well as being an exciting player, is that it would be smooth business to get done, and PSV have always said they can't hold onto their key targets if big clubs come in with good money. He profiles very similar to Sadio Mane, with and without the ball. The data shows he's quite a similar mold of player. United looked at Mane in 2016 and have always been trying to find that kind of player. It's not surprising a lot of Premier League clubs are looking at him. One of the other names I was told to keep an eye out for are Arsenal, who would like to enhance their offensive options. His people feel pretty confident given the amount of clubs looking at him. It wouldn't be a surprise to anyone if he's unveiled at a Premier League club before Thursday. Fabrizio Romano has previously claimed that Gakpo has a price tag of between £33.5 million and £38 million. The 23-year-old primarily plays on the left wing, but can also feature on the right flank, at centre forward and at number 10. A report from Soccer Link in the Netherlands claimed that Arsenal's scouts were reminded of club legend Thierry Henry when they watched Gakpo against Ajax in last season's cup final. He ticks a lot of boxes for Arsenal, so the Gunners really ought to make a move. Pundit insists red-hot Arsenal target will struggle to play regularly at the Emirates. Noel Whelan believes even Wilfried Zaha will struggle to break into the current Arsenal team. The winger has been the subject of transfer interest from the Gunners for several seasons now. They chose to buy Nicolas Pepe over a move for him in 2019, and he stayed at Crystal Palace. The Gunners have offloaded Pepe and they want to replace the winger. Their main target is Pedro Neto of Wolves, but it would be difficult to add the Portuguese star to their squad. A move for Zaha could be on the card now, but the former Leeds United man, Whelan, believes he will struggle to play. He tells Football Insider, "It's very difficult to see where he's going to fit into a team who are flying high at the top of the league, but bringing in players with quality will only add to their ammunition. When you look at their team, it's a formidable front four." Mikel Arteta could be about to bring 25-year-old back into Arsenal's squad to take on Villa tonight. Alexander Zinchenko should be fit to play for Arsenal against Aston Villa tonight after missing the weekend clash with Fulham. Kieran Tierney came into the side at left back for the comeback victory over the Cottagers, with Zinchenko celebrating Gabriel's winner widely on the sidelines. Thomas Partey missed that game through injury, and the Daily Mail claimed that the former Atletico Madrid man is set to remain sidelined against Steven Gerrard's man, but the same report says Zinchenko should be back after suffering a minor knee issue, and that is a real boost for Mikel Arteta. Zinchenko has played at left back so far in his Arsenal career, but plays in midfield for Ukraine, and you get the feeling that is where he wants to play more of his football. The injury to Partey, as well as Mo El-Neni, who debuted at the weekend, could see the 25-year-old redeployed as a midfielder tonight. Albert Sambi Lokonga is the only other recognized option, although England international Ben White could also move into the engine room from defense. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.